Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's a pleasure to have you here. And as usual, we are going to be educating you on what's happening in the foreign exchange market. Now, as a disclaimer, this video is for educational purposes only, and it's not to be used as a form of trading signal, as a form of trading advice. Okay, thank you guys. So now let's look at Bitcoin. Yes, the Bitcoin. We've been on and on the Bitcoin for a while now. I hope we're not beginning to sound like a broken record, but things are getting really interesting now. Things are getting really interesting now. Now, what do we mean? Now, if you look at what we have here, you can see from the daily perspective, we've been talking about the Bitcoin that has had an extremely bullish run. And of course, as it's had a bullish run, it has been evading some key levels. Whenever price wants to push higher and higher, it needs a level to propel it higher. But now look at what we have here. We have an area of interest that has acted as resistance, support. Now, yesterday, Monday, 22nd of February, we had this big down day, and it did a little bounce. But then I have been telling people that, look, there is a very important and key pattern here. And if I show you now, I want us to pay attention going into this week and next week. I would love to see how this week is going to end, by the way. But what I would love to see over here now would be a breakout of this flip zone. Once it breaks out, then it should use this other side to act as what? To act as resistance and then drop further down and maybe even further down. You can see we have another area here of resistance, support. Then now, more or less, you can see that it's been a long time it has come here to retest. As a matter of fact, we'll call this an untested area. We'll also call this much more of an untested area. As you can see, it is yet to act as support. It has been more or less a form of resistance for a little while, then a little form here of support. But we need a fresh retest, and of course, we should get that. And one thing is going to happen, or one thing normally happens in the market, is that most investors, they work based on fear and greed. Once they start to see, oh, Bitcoin is going down, out of fear, they will start to sell their positions in BTC, and what will happen? Before you know it, it's going to tumble. And of course, because of that fear, right, we should see it drop further down. Or worst case, because the truth now is that it's always good for us to look at the two sides of the coin, right? Worst case, this level could hold where it is, and it has acted as support. You can see that it is showing that there's still some evidence of buyers here. So you might as well push higher from this area. But I want to see this structure. I want to see this structure over here, and I want us to peradventure break out of this structure here, right? Where this now, this level here, where price does what? Where price breaks out of the level and then uses the other side as a form of flip zone, and then uses that as resistance to drop further down. This is what I would love to see on the BTC. Now you can see that we went straight to the chart, no beating around the bush. This is what we all need to pay attention to. If this happens, then what should you do? You should be selling, and of course, because of fear of investors, right? Because at the end of the day, the market behaves, the market moves based on emotions. We could even see it drop lower and lower. And there is a level here that has not been tested on the daily, and that is this level here. This level has not been tested on the daily as support, right? You can see we had a form of resistance here. I don't know whether if you watch some past videos, right? I'll put a link in the description below. If you watch some of our past videos, you notice that we're talking about this structure here, that we wanted to see a breakout of the structure. And then once you see a breakout of the structure, a pullback, and then drop further down. We didn't see a breakout to the downside, but rather we saw it break out to the upside, right? And this was, as a matter of fact, Elon Musk. This was about I think February 8th. This was about 2 weeks ago, thereabout, when Elon Musk Tesla, gave us the $1.5 billion purchase information, and that was what made it to spike higher. So from what we have over here, all you have to do when it comes to trading the crypto market or whatever market you're looking at, the financial market, you need to always have an idea of the directional bias. Look at your levels of support, look at your levels of resistance, look at how the market approaches those areas, look at how the market reacts to those areas, right? And then, of course, it will give you heads up, to give you clues of possible things to look out for, right? My first bias here is, of course, to the downside, a breakout, retest, and then to the downside. But then let's see how it goes. Of course, as usual, as we have discussed this BTC crypto, the father of all cryptos, we hope that you have been able to learn something. Don't forget, the video is for educational purposes only and not to be used as a form of trading signal. But we hope that you have learned something today. If you have, great. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button. And of course, you can comment below with your questions. And of course, we'll do justice to it together, right? It's been a pleasure, of course, as usual. And of course, we'll get to talk much later. Enjoy the rest of your day. And goodbye, guys. Thank you for watching and see you soon.